Hey everyone, it's the Cinema Dude, and welcome back to my channel. Well, I guess I'm welcoming myself back to the channel. Yes, I am back after a little bit of a break. I took a few weeks off, and then I had the one video, then took some more weeks off. Been extremely busy, but I wanted to do a kind of special video because on the 27th, which this video should be up either on late on the 26th or on the 27th. It is my 1 year anniversary of starting back my YouTube channel. And with that, I wanted to kind of do a big haul video. Recently, like I said in some of my videos, I haven't been buying a lot. And then I kind of just got a few orders that finally came in after being waiting for those. Found some really cheap other stuff. So actually pretty decent haul I've gotten. So a good kind of 1 year kind of bash, I guess. You know, it's in a year, I would have to say, you know, just with everything was going on, and you know, just being home at the beginning of the pandemic and stuff, and just having kind of some more time to, like, you know, I'm going to just start this back up again, and just having the positive interactions with all of you out there, and, you know, seeing your guys' stuff, and just being able to share my love of movies and stuff. It's really been an awesome kind of ride for the first year. You know, definitely have learned some stuff, what works, what doesn't work, you know, how much actually time and stuff it does take to do these videos too. And, you know, just making sure you have the time, and, you know, and then, you know, like what's happened in the past few weeks, you get so busy with, you know, actual life stuff that, you know, sometimes the stuff comes second nature. And like I've always said, this this channel is just my fun, you know, way of showing you everyone, you know, my collection, stuff I've gotten, stuff I enjoy. It's never been one to, you know, be making money or things like that. I just do this for fun and stuff. So, but let's get right into it. Like I said, I have a pretty big haul. We'll start with some VHSs I've gotten recently. A few I got, whoa, jeez, the other day at the local record store, Record Archive, which I've talked about before. That's here in Rochester. So I got Robert Mitchum in Thunder Road. This is I do enjoy the song pretty much, but I've never seen the movie, so I was like, hey, you know what? I enjoy the song that I believe he sings too, and wanted to pick this up. So there is Thunder Road. Then I got two that aren't on any. Well, actually, one of them maybe. I couldn't really figure out if it was like a bootleg or what this was, but two that right now I think are not on any releases. But the first one is Alvin and the Chipmunks, Rockin' with the Chipmunks. This one I definitely know is not on any other release and stuff. So it's Alvin hooks up with Michael Jackson, Dance to Beat It, and then they do their chipmunk magic on songs made famous by Little Richard, Elvis Presley, Elton John, the Beatles, the Beach Boys, Rolling Stones. So, kind of cool. Just kind of different release for that. Then we have the James Bond story, and it's a documentary that is from 99. Excuse me. Allergies kicking in. And so this was right when, like, World Was Not Enough was coming out. And so it's just kind of the history up to the point of the James Bond movies and stuff. So really kind of cool. This one, like I said, I didn't know if it did have another release or not, because what I've shown up looked like bootlegs, but I couldn't 100% correlate if this did. If you guys do know if this has a DVD release, leave a comment below, and let me know if you've seen any of these, like I've always said, or any of these ones that you would like to see. Then we have, and this one actually I haven't taken out yet. This one was one I got through the mail, and it's another horror film that does not have a release, and this is Stones of Death from 1988. And it says, let's see. On the outskirts of a small suburban town lies a cave occupied by the remnants of a vicious mass murder. Suddenly, teenagers begin dreaming about the cave and all of the stones left by the ancient tribe. These aren't ordinary stones. These are the Stones of Death. So, it's kind of cool. Little horror movie that is not on any other release. Then I got two at a local, it's like not a consignment shop. They're like the little shops that like people sell stuff at, but it's like altogether like a co-op or whatever. And so they were having a 30% off sale store-wide because it's like their 30th anniversary. And there was a place that had some VHSs. There was actually something pretty cool. They had Nemesis 4 there, but that has like a Blu-ray release. And there's a few other kind of cool. They had Quatermass 2. So some really kind of cool stuff, but again, that kind of all stuff either has new releases and stuff. So there was one that I was kind of excited that I was going to pick up, and it was called Full Blast, and it was a like surf movie, but it was like surf music. But that release, when I opened it up, it was just all mildewy and moldy, so unfortunately it would just been just a waste of money. So but I did pick up two that, well, one that definitely doesn't have one. The other one has a release on DVD, but the DVD release is out of print and really expensive. So and it's not an individual release, it's with its like first one. So that one is Watchers 2, and this has Mark Singer in it. And so this is the sequel to Watchers, which had Corey Haim in it. And there's a little better. Lighting's a little bad today, so sorry about that. But there's back. And then this says, Watchers 2 continues the terrifying saga of two genetically altered life forms turned loose. One is super intelligent golden retriever with an uncanny ability to communicate and reason. The other is a humanoid monster, a non-human assassin created to track the dog and destroy all who come in contact with it. And so, like I said, this is the sequel. And then Digital Man. This is the one that I said didn't have any other release. And does it say 94 this is from. And this is a Philip Roth film that stars Ed Lauder and Adam Baldwin. Paul Gleason is in this. And it says, let's see, Digital Man is the future's ultimate military machine designed to take on an entire army single-handedly and win. Now he's fully operation, fully armed, and totally out of control. And so he looks like he gets taken over, and then he's on the loose. That is Digital Man. And finally, of my new VHS pickups that I got Sky Pirates, also known as, I think it's like Dakota Harris, I think, is what some of the other releases have on it. This is from 85. Yep. Or let's see. Okay, this one has like 8 different things on it. 85 on here, but then it says up there 87, and then at the bottom it says 88. So sometime in the late 80s. So it's like an Indiana Jones knockoff. So there's a whole bunch of these. There's Ark of the Sun God. There is Jungle Raiders. There's a whole host. Firewalker, which I have. So a whole host of kind of Indiana Jones kind of knockoffs and stuff. So this one was super cheap online, and I haven't seen any of the other kind of Indiana Jones. I've seen Romancing the Stone, and Tomb Raider and National Treasure and things like that. But some of these, like, more obscure, what came after, like Raiders and stuff like that, haven't seen these, so added this to my collection. So we will start with the DVDs. I got a boatload of stuff, so we will just kind of go through stuff. First I got was this Wild Eye release of Night of the Living Dead Reanimated. So, for those that saw, I believe it's called Star Wars Uncut. It's same premise. So they took 100 different artists with different styles of animation, and they put it towards Night of the Living Dead. So this is from 2009, maybe? No, 2010. So kind of cool. I think that's kind of a neat concept when you can take a movie that everybody really enjoys and then have artists put their spin on it. Especially, too, because Night of the Living Dead is in the public domain, so this was probably a lot easier than the Star Wars Uncut one, even though that one was kind of through Lucasfilms helping with that. But this has a special introduction by Count Gordeville, commentary by Jonathan Mayberry, a second making of commentary track, Night of the Living Dead reanimated, artist calling commentaries, alternate and deleted scenes, short horror film / horror comics, behind the scenes animation processes, the zombie encounter panel video, Night of the Living box art video, and much more. So kind of a cool kind of find. So excited to add that. Then we have the first film of Michael Cimino, and that is Thunderbolt and Lightfoot, which stars Clint Eastwood. It has Jeff Bridges, George Kennedy in it. And so it's like a little action crime thriller, but kind of really cool. Never seen this one before. Heard about this, but never seen it. And it's a Kino release, which is kind of cool. And so kind of cool to add it. Now, and actually speaking of that, so before, as you can see, I'm back in the movie room. Still working through kind of fixing everything. I finally got most of the horror and sci-fi finished before I could do the movie tour. That was, I think, the biggest section that had to get done, because once I get this finalized and I start putting everything else back, it'll be at least a little better. But this whole part took forever. What I did is I took everything off. I put all its VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, whether it's Arrow or whatever, is all mixed in now, and now it's just based on stuff. So, like, behind me I have, like, giant monster movies. I have, up here is, like, foreign horror, and then it, like, goes into, like, the Italian Giallo films, anthology movies, Bigfoot movies, things like that. Actually, up there, too, I have Terror in the Swamp, Bigfoot. Excuse me. A Bigfoot kind of movie on VHS. I also got that recently. Forgot to take it down there. So yeah. So now it's not like, oh, here's all my Kino movies anymore, and here's all my stuff. It's just, hey, I want to watch a movie, a Bigfoot movie, or I want to watch a zombie movie. Okay. Oh, here's Night of the Living Dead Reanimated. Perfect. We're pulling this out tonight. So that's how I did it. So once I do finish up everything, like I said, I'll do a big new movie tour, updated one to kind of show you how everything fits and stuff. So that's that stuff from Record Archive. Today, I stopped at a Dollar Tree and found a decent amount of stuff. So some Dollar Trees have their wow of the week is books. And usually, at least in my area, it's books, and then next week is movies. So most likely next week, a lot of places are going to get a new batch of movies. Some are already putting stuff out. The one I went to in the town over from my work, they look like they had, it might have been just old stuff, but it was stuff I didn't see. So I made sure I picked up that stuff. So the first one is the 30 for 30 documentary on Ric Flair, and it is the Nature Boy documentary. So I have a few 30 for 30 stuff and thought, hey, why not? There's a running joke with my friends about Ric Flair, so I thought that was pretty funny that I found that. So there is that one. That one actually wasn't that was a pretty decent one. So it was kind of cool they had that. A DC original movie for Justice League New Frontier. There you go. Like I said, sorry about the lighting in here tonight. This is the commemorative. So this is the 2017 release of this. So this one has Retro Action Cool, the story of Darwin Cook. Superheroes United, the complete Justice League history. Legion of Doom, the pathology of the supervillain. Comic book commentary, homage to New Frontier, audio commentaries, and then a sneak peek at whatever the next DC Universe movie was. So I remember seeing this one. This one actually is probably one of my favorite movies they put out. I just like the art style in it, especially too because it has like kind of that old comic book kind of feel, and they put it in the past and stuff like that. So kind of cool, and the commemorative edition is kind of cool with that as well. Then we have 2 Shudder exclusive DVDs. One that I was actually looking for a while, and I wasn't able to find it. But then they had both of them, so it was kind of cool. The first one is Boar. And this is the film about the, I guess, wild boar. I would almost say like Razorback, but updated and stuff like that. And then Gwen. This is the one I was actually looking for. So, kind of cool. Shutters. Usually you find these at Walmart, and I think I picked everything up for under $13 today. So, just with these would usually be about, $10 each. So, I made my money with all these. So, very cool to add these. Gwen is there's a like an evil presence in the house, and then like I said, a wild animal movie, so kind of cool to add those. Then there was this kind of cool, it's a Rolling Stones, Some Girls Live in Texas, 1978. It's a DVD and CD set from 2011. This is from, so kind of cool. Definitely, Rolling Stones is a band I enjoy to listen to and stuff. So I wouldn't say I'm like the biggest Rolling Stones fan, but just kind of a cool release, especially too because it's a live set too, so it's kind of a different thing to get. Usually, you get the best of CDs and stuff. So, but kind of cool to add that one. Oh, I also got a Black Widow bag to put the stuff in. So, then we have Alien Invasion. This is from 2019. Just like a typical standard Alien movie. So, kind of cool to add this one too. I've never seen this one before, but it looked interesting. It's just probably a low-budget horror movie, but hey, those are the cartoons. We'll do those next. And then I got the Deadly Bees. This is what is this? What year is this from? Oh, it is. Wow, 66. Almost, or 67. I definitely thought this was later 70s, but it's 66. The Amicus film, directed by Freddie Francis. That's so. Who is in this one? Susanna Lee, Guy Dolman, Frank Finley, This is the movie about the bees. Kind of gets confused with the one that has John Saxon in it, which I think is just called the Bees or something like that. But so yeah, so Amicus Film, again, a nature kind of runs amok movie. So cool to add that and add that into that section of movies I have. So kind of like with Boar too, kind of cool to add another, like I said, nature runs amok type movie. And then we got Shaolin and Wu-Tang 2, Wu-Tang Invasion. So this is part of the, I believe this is, okay, so what it says is the Holy Robe of Shaolin Temple, also the Holy Robe of Shaolin from 1985. And so this is like through the Wu-Tang kind of group. This is all their kind of releases and stuff. Doesn't look like there is any stuff on here, any special features. Probably have to break into it and see. They definitely have all like the more other releases that they did. You guys can kind of see down there. But it says, the Wu-Tang raid Shaolin in an epic onslaught, defeat the abbot and capture the Taomo sacred robe. A surviving monk seeks refuge with a group of kung fu nomads who help him to perfect his skills as he prepares for his inevitable battle with the Wu-Tang High Priest. So, kind of cool. I always like these kind of Wu-Tang ones because they kind of change it up just slightly and things like that. But it's kind of cool that there was a group that was like, hey, you know what? We love these, you know, kung fu movies from the 70s, these obscure stuff. And then, you know, they put them out just for people to buy them, people to see them. So, you know, any way to push, you know, a genre for more people to see, I think is really cool. So that's Shaolin and Wu-Tang 2. And then we'll finish up with the DVDs with some animation stuff that was kind of exciting to see. 2 Shout Factory releases, a Warner Brothers fairly new release, and then a Troma release, which we'll get to that. We'll start with that one. And it is Toxic Crusaders. So Toxie from Toxic Avenger. And so this gives you episodes 1 through 6 of the cartoon. So I want to say that was what, late 80s, early 90s cartoon that they literally took the Toxic Avenger, which is the most non-kid movie, and made a cartoon of it. So, you know, but kind of cool to see a Troma release at a Dollar Tree. So I was like, hey, yeah, why not? So has an introduction with Lloyd Kaufman. There's a music video on here. There's a bonus cartoon. There's like a bunch of bonus cartoons and stuff. So that is Toxic Crusaders. Then we have one that came out fairly recently. I would say 2019 or 2020. And I have the original set of it. Sorry, I was just kind of fixing where I was sitting. And this was like the continuation / end cap of the series. And that's the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo. And this is Scooby-Doo and the Curse of the 13th Ghost. So this is what they made to kind of finish up the series. Because for those that don't know, the original series kind of just ended and that was it. They never really got a conclusion of it. So this one, they decided, you know what, we're going to finish it up. You know, it is a different, like, different style of animation than, you know, the 80s cartoon. There's a different, you know, kind of sense of humor, too, I feel like. This is more of the recent kind of Scooby-Doo kind of movies and stuff. Of course, no Vincent Price. Vincent Price was in the original, but they fixed that with... well, first off, they have Matthew Lillard as Shaggy, which is kind of cool. And then, where is... Oh, they don't even have his name in here. It's Maurice LaMarche, which he did the voice of that people know of Pinky and the... Well, with Pinky and the Brain of The Brain. Very distinctive voice, so you would know right away who he was and stuff. So he takes over the voice of Vincent Van Gogh. So kind of very cool to see a kind of end cap to it. So excited to see that. And then the last two, I was kind of excited to find some 90s Nickelodeon. The first, Real Monsters, Season 2. So, very cool that I haven't seen this in forever. And very looking forward to checking this out. Again, looking at voice talents in this, never realized that Tim Curry or Jim Belushi was in Real Monsters. Now, as a kid, now just seeing it was really cool. So, very excited to check this out. I always liked Real Monsters was like one of those shows, and it had like that distinct cartoon style, like Men in Black the series and Real Ghostbusters. They kind of like, I don't know how you explain it, just that kind of realistic, gritty kind of style for cartoons. But again, I haven't seen it in forever, and just remember the silliness of it. So very excited to go check that one out. And then, speaking of Tim Curry, another one that he did, and this is season 1 of The Wild Thornberrys, as he is the Nigel Thornberry. And Flea is also, I think he's Donnie, I think, and which I forgot about that too. So really cool to find these. Again, Shout Factory releases for season sets, and some more Nickelodeon. So those were all of my DVDs and VHSs. But now we'll get into the last stuff, and I got a Warner Archive release and for their last 4 for $44 sale. They finally came through, which I was finally glad to get them. And for those that don't know, they're not selling them anymore at the WB shop. Some of it has gone to Amazon. They really haven't said exactly what's going on. So it's a lot more speculation and stuff. So, but they keep putting out new releases. So something you have to think, okay, well, they're still doing releases, but they're not selling it here. So who knows? So, but anyway, I got 6 releases, and we'll run through these really quick. I got 2 film noirs just to kind of add to my collection. The first one is On Dangerous Ground, starring Ida Lupino and Robert Ryan. And this is from 1952 RKO Pictures. And it says, New York cop Jim Wilson asks the hoodlums what he's about to smash senseless. Jim has seen it all in this city's shadowy streets. Killers, thugs, pimps, sadists. And the experience has cost his soul. Ironically, his redemption may come in the next case, a brutal murder that brings him into the open sky and white light of the countryside and into the arms of a beautiful blind woman. It is directed by Nicholas Ray, which is kind of cool, of Rebel Without a Cause and They Live by Night fame. There's a Bernard Herrmann score on this, so really cool. And then the special features are, there's a commentary by film historian Glenn Erickson and a trailer. So that is On Dangerous Ground. Then we have a classic of film noir, The Big Sleep, starring Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall. And so here you get, not only do you get the 46 version, you also get the 45 pre-release version, which is has a special feature on here, whose plot and resolution are more linear in fashion. The theatrical version, full of reshot scenes of Henry Bacall and Bogart chemistry. But what the Big Sleep is about is Philip Marlowe, played by Humphrey Bogart, takes on a blackmail case, follows the trail people of murders, pornographers, nightclub rogues, the spoiled rich, and more. And it's a Howard Hawks film. And like I said, there's then also, besides the 45 version, you get a comparison between the two, and then introduction by Robert Gitt, and then a theatrical trailer. So that is The Big Sleep. And then we'll finish it up with horror, of course. We have Two Hammers and some other stuff. So we will go with the Hammer stuff first, and we start with the Satanic Rites of Dracula, the last of the Dracula films from Hammer, and also known as Count Dracula and His Vampire Brides. This is the one that's in public domain, so you'll see this everywhere on those 50 movie packs and stuff. And has Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing is in this one. Let's see, Alan Gibson directed this. On here, it doesn't show any special features on this for this one. But it says, a dying man report of a ritual black master's Britain security chief. Its action in a mansion filled with young vampire girls is soon discovered. And this is all but the first twist in a labyrinth of horror. Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee pair up in the final Hammer Dracula in this follow-up to Dracula AD 1972. In this go-around, the Count follows a more pulpish, super-villainous plague book, posing as a millionaire industrialist alive and well and living in London, while secretly brewing up a batch of super plague in a quest to destroy the world. So that is the Satanic Rites of Dracula. Then we have, and this one came out last year, which is kind of cool, and it's The Curse of Frankenstein, which has Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee, the first of the Hammer Frankenstein films, directed by Terence Fisher. This one's kind of cool because this is a 2-disc edition. It's actually a nice one. So this one has, on disc 1, it has the both 185 and 166 versions, both restored and remastered in 4K. A full feature-length audio commentary by film historian Steve Haberman and Konstantin Nazar. And then on disc 2, they have a 137 open matte version, restored in 4K. The Resurrection Men, Hammer, Frankenstein, and the Rebirth of the horror film. The Curse of Frankenstein and the English Gothic Tradition. Torrents of Light, The Art of Jack Asher, and Diabolus in Musica, James Bernard, and The Sound of Hammer Horror in a theatrical trailer. So a pretty decent featurettes, commentaries, different versions on here. So very cool. So definitely pick this one up. This is definitely one of the more definite versions of The Curse of Frankenstein. So there is that. And then we will finish it off with 2 other horror movies. The first one, speaking of Frankenstein, is Boris Karloff in Frankenstein 1970. This is the 1956 film starring him from United Artists. And this is the film that he's like, I don't remember if he's like the great-grandson or something like that of the original Dr. Frankenstein, and a TV crew comes out and they like want to like make like a film and use him in it, and then he like starts getting more and more into like the actual experiments, and then he actually creates a monster. So but it says, is there a doctor in the house at the eerie house of Frankenstein? The answer is yes, and he's out to make right the experiment in playing God that's doomed his family for generations. So it says, yeah, so pretty much what I said. And then the special feature is commentary by historians Charlotte Austin, Bob Burns, and Tom Weaver. So that's actually a pretty cool lineup there. So this one came out in 2019, but very cool to get to Frankenstein 1970. And for those that have seen this movie, you know kind of how they're playing off the Boris Karloff kind of Frankenstein there, but for those that have seen it, there is a distinct Frankenstein monster in this film. So, and actually, the opening is actually kind of cool in this movie too. Definitely very atmospheric and stuff. So, and then finally for tonight, we end with this pretty long video. This is 35 minutes or so. So, I have to say thank you guys for watching. Me ramble on tonight and stuff for my 1 year kind of spectacular. It is the mystery of the Wax Museum. This was the one, like, the sale, I was like, I need to get this. This one came out in 2020, and close to the end of it, I believe. This is the film that would then be remade in The House of Wax with Vincent Price, which then would get remade into Tourist Trap, which would then there's like 18 different House of Wax different movies and stuff like that. So, but anyway, it is bodies are mysteriously disappearing all over town, and a new wax museum has just opened. Is there a connection? But of course, in this horror classic, Fay Wray of King Kong fame stars as the intended next victim of a mad wax sculptor obsessed with her resemblance to one of his prior creations. Glenda Farrell plays a quintessential wisecracking newspaper reporter, and notable actor Lionel Atwell as the deranged artist who loses his studio to a fire set by his partner. Filmed in the early two-color Technicolor process, The Mystery of the Wax Museum was considered a lost film for decades, until a well-worn print was discovered nearly 50 years ago. Thanks to the meticulous new restorations present on this disc, this film can now be experienced as intended. So what happened was, they found it. They thought it was lost. They found it, but it wasn't. It was as complete as they thought it was going to be. There were definitely stuff missing and things like that. So there is a few releases. I know there's a DVD release of this. That was the version. So if you wanted to see it, that was it. Till they found another version, and it has all the missing scenes. So this is the most definite version of you're going to get of it. So very cool that they're still in, 2019, 2020, 2021. You're finding these segments of film. You're finding these whole lot lost films. And, there's a lot of films that they always say, whatever it is, 60% of the films, the silent era films are just gone, just lost in fires, lost in, to time and things like that. But that you can continuing to find movies is really cool. So, and on here, it has a documentary remembering Fay Wray. There's an audio commentary by Alan K. Rode, and another commentary by Scott McQueen, head of preservation at UCLA Film and Television Archive, and then a restoration featurette. So, definitely, I would highly recommend this one. So, but everyone, I want to thank you all first and foremost for watching my channel, watching my videos, interacting. I really do appreciate it. This first year has been a learning curve, a fun ride. So, here's the 1 year down and many more. And I really do appreciate you guys watching it. I hope you are enjoying it. I hope you, at least have taken out, hey, I want that movie, or, want to get, that looks interesting. So I hope I'm just doing something little, like I've always said, this is just something fun for me, and I hope I'm sharing that fun and passion with you as well. So, but again, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all are doing well, and you're buying all the movies you want. So, next up, we got some other videos coming down the pipe, and like I said, once I get this all figured out and straightened up, we'll be doing a new tour video as well. So, but again, thank you all, guys, and remember, be kind and rewind. See everybody later.